Hi, and welcome to the Mindcramps Modeler tutorial. We're going to be going over all the new features in the latest update. So first things first, we'll need to import a tile set. In this example, we're going to be using Mega Bros, which is available on my OpenGameArt. You can use it for any reason as long as you attribute. You do not necessarily need to use it for this program. It'll also work with SpryTile and probably Crocodile 3D. I recommend the tile set be square and the dimensions be power 2, like 512 by 512 or 1024 by 1024. This will reduce the number of rendering glitches in Unity and probably also Unreal. I have not tested this on Unreal. Using different sizes won't break the modeler, but it is not recommended. Now, back on track, this tile set uses a size of 32 by 32, but you can use any size, even something big like 256 by 256. Alright, we're going to be making a basic floating clip and a floating ramp in the air. One of the nice things about this program is it can filter cubes based on elevation. By default, everything is between... By default, it shows everything in between negative 500 and 500. Let's create a preset of 0 through 10, and another preset for 11 through 20. To activate these shortcuts, press F1 and F2. We're going to be putting the first cliff on floor 1, F1, and the floating ramp on F2. But first we're going to make the floating clip. We're going to click on the Create Cube and select Manual Entry and put it in the center. The position here refers to the top left corner, so to center it you'll have to offset the position by half the width and height to get it in the center. I'm going to make it 10... The coordinates of the map are shown right under the zoom in and zoom out button, right here. And as you can see, we put it in the center. Right now the cube is showing the default tile, which is blank, so only the lines are visible. Let's draw the top first. So I know this is going to take some getting used to, but when scrolling or pressing UI buttons, you left click. And when you're painting or selecting a tile, you right click. Or when you select one of these tools. There are some tools to save you times for painting cubes. For the top cube, we'll be using the Replace Tile cube. We're going to fill the top with grass. Let's also get some rocks closer to the center. Now, we'll select the cube with the left click, and then hover over the center to see what the local coordinates are. And as you can see, it's roughly 5, 5, 4, 5. Now these numbers here line up to tell you the position. I'm gonna adjust that a little. Now that that's done, let's draw the bottom face. This tile here is meant for the bottom, but feel free to use whatever you want. We're going to use a replace tile again to replace the clear tile with the bottom tile. Next up is the front. Now we're going to use different tools for this one. Right click the horizontal line tool, and we're going to use 2 tiles here. Now for a nice trick. Since the back is the same as the front, we can just copy the tiles over. Just right click on copy from opposite face, And we're done. Let's do the same with the left and the right face. Alright. Alright, let's do a quick test and see what we have so far. So for now, it doesn't look like it's floating in midair, it just kind of looks like a cube. Let's fix that. To start with, let's round the corners. Basically, this option here will bend the top and bottom faces, and I shall show you as what it looks like. Still looks better, but let's bend the bottom face too. Just to be clear, this is top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and we're also going to bend the corners on the bottom ramp. We'll do back, left, right, and front. There we go, now it's looking like a floating platform. Alright, so next up, we are going to do the block ramp. We're going to go ahead and switch to F2. For this, we're going to have to make multiple pieces, because the bending corners really only works for the corners. You can't really, unfortunately, you cannot bend a whole object. But we're going to make one here. Alright, we're going to make this here. This one's on F2. Also, we're going to start on the top, since when you bend the left, right, and back faces, you bend it down. So we're going to start with the top here. And we're going to lower the right face here. I'm going to click the clone button so I don't have to remake the whole thing. Alright, let's see how it looks. Oh, looks like I made a mistake here. On the middle of the ramp. Let me fix that real quick. Alright, so as you can see, the ramp is up in the air, and we can filter the layers with F1 and F2, the floors. And when importing this into Unity, there are a few things you want to remember. First of all, you will need to edit the texture metadata, turn off bitmaps, and use the point filter. And I would also recommend turning off post-processing effects, both in the project settings and on the camera. It reduces the number of glitches. But beyond that, we should be done. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you use the software. Thank you for watching.